it stopped recording me for whatever reason. I don't know if I have a limit. Anyway, so they, what was I saying? Oh, they take your blood. They do the test, if you can even get them to do the freaking test. And they find nothing wrong with you. They do the x-rays. They do this. They do that. When I finally got diagnosed, it was because for 3 months, I had a pain in my foot. It was on my left foot. It was on the upper pad, bottom pad of my foot, like the pad that connects your toes to the bottom of your foot. I don't know if any of that is making sense. That, and then the top of my big toe. It was just like this searing pain. That's the only way I can describe it. Hold on, I got to put on my pain patch. Hi. Okay. Pain patch. With insurance is $300. That's so great. So I try not to use them because I can't afford $300 a month, especially now that I don't have a job and my daughter doesn't have a job, and so she can't make her car payment, and everything's great. But yeah, so anyway, I went to the emergency room. This pain got so bad, and it was just searing. And there was nothing wrong with my foot. I didn't injure it. There was no swelling. If you looked at my foot, you would have been like, it's a normal foot. To me, it looked just slightly swollen and a little red. But I would take a picture to compare my left foot to my right foot, and they looked almost identical. But to me, I could see a slight difference. Everyone else is like, you're a crazy bitch. So, but anyway, it got so bad one night. It was like a level 10. I was just screaming. I was trying to put it in cold water. I was trying to put it in hot water. There was no fixing it. There was no amount of pain medication that I could take. I was screaming. And if this was something where it would have just like, that would be the rest of my life, like the pain would never go away, my choice at that time would have been chop off my foot, like take my foot away, or kill me, because the pain was so you can't live with that kind of pain because you can't function, you can't do anything else. I couldn't speak, I could barely breathe. I was just sitting in my bathtub screaming because I didn't know what else to do. So we went to the emergency room, and the doctor looked at it. It didn't hurt to touch it. Squeezing it didn't help. It didn't hurt it. They took an x-ray. They said nothing's wrong. I thought, well, God, maybe I have a blood clot. Maybe that's why it hurt so bad. I didn't have a blood clot. So they looked at me like I was crazy. I think they looked at me like I was seeking pain meds, but I didn't ask for any pain meds because I knew they would give me a certain kind of narcotics that are like major opioids, and they kill my stomach. I mean, just tear it to shreds. So those are not really an option for me. So I declined pain meds. Plus, I just knew they wouldn't work. Unless they, conked me out. So I went home. And I forgot to mention, anytime I stepped, would walk on my foot, put any pressure when I walked. Not when I was sitting. If someone squeezed it while I was sitting, it didn't hurt. But if I tried to walk and put pressure on it, it hurt. So it was kind of like, I just figured it was some kind of nerve pain, like I had a pinched nerve or whatever, and whenever I walked on it, it hurt. So for 3 months, I used a boot that a friend let me borrow and a walker, so I would put as little pressure on it as possible. I did this for 3 months because there was nothing else I could do. Then I had another really bad night where the pain got really bad, more searing pain, more in the tub screaming. My poor husband, it didn't know what to do with me. And as you can imagine, as I'm sure any of you that are married or in a relationship, it was very stressing on him to see me in pain. So I went back to the emergency room. Same guy. Same thing. Looked at my foot, did an x-ray, la la la. And he said, there's nothing wrong with your foot. But the one thing that he did this time was he said, it's neurological. I'm going to give you some gabapentin, which is a commonly given medication for neuropathy. Again, I am not a doctor. I'm only telling you my experience. If you are dealing with something like this, you need to see your own doctor and work out medications with them. For me, gabapentin, I guess I can say it worked because the foot pain stopped. It helped me pack on 35 pounds real quickly, so that sucked. And never came off, because when you're 50, getting weight off is close to impossible. And I don't want any young ones to come for me and tell me that it's not, because you're not menopausal. You don't know what's coming for you. But anyway, that aside, the doctor did tell me to see a neurologist. And that is what helped me get to my diagnosis. It's only a partial diagnosis, in my opinion, because they don't know what's causing it. So for right now, it's called non-length dependent idiopathic small fiber neuropathy. And these small fibers are the C nerve fibers that innervate the larger nerve fibers of your body. Those are myelated, the large fibers. The small fibers, the one that I'm missing, are gone. Why is my husband coming after me? What does he need? Package. Okay, the small fibers are gone. So, anyway, yeah. So the small nerve fibers are gone, and I asked my doctor once, my neurologist, I was like, well, so could they eventually just all be gone? And she was like, yeah, I mean, eventually, I guess. Like, she didn't really even know, which was like, great. And I think the answer to that question 5 years later is yes, because I have only gotten worse. And so, for instance, I have, my feet. The bottoms of my feet are numb. And so they're not completely numb yet, but I asked her, I was like, well, what happens, like, if all the small nerve fibers that help my feet are destroyed and or dead? Like, what will happen with my feet? Can I still walk? She's like, yeah. And I was like, how does one walk when their feet are numb? I mean, do you get me? Like, I think you could still do it, but I don't walk great. I'm wobbly as hell. I look like I'm drunk. So, sorry, I gotta take Tums. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a fun time. But I think I'm gonna stop for now. I have 5 or 6 different videos, and I'm sorry they're all broken up. I don't, yeah, I'm just not good at this right now. I'm new. Maybe I'll get better. I'll see if I can figure out how to string them together so they're not 5 separate videos. But if they are, I mean, who cares, right? Like, what freaking difference does it make? But that's it for now. I might get back on later. I may not remember what I've talked about. I may repeat myself. it's going to be a fun time because you may get the same shit every fucking day. But anyway, I've had a good time so far. I'm looking forward to doing more of these. And just talking more about the issues that I'm passionate about, but also having fun. Because I have nothing else to do because of Corona. And now I have to go back in my house. And do sad, boring house shit. Because I can't bother my husband. So, like, what I was hoping I would be doing if I didn't have a job would be binge watching all my favorite TV shows. I mean, I can do that on my phone. But it's like, you know, it's kind of a beating doing it that way. But alas, I need to be grateful for what I have. What I have right now is a delicious coffee drink that I'm going to finish. And my egg bowl that I'll get to eventually. And other topics and things that I want to talk about. But we'll do at a later time. So for now, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you soon.